Hi, this is Stephen Katz with Skyladder Drones, and I'd like to provide a quick overview of our building facade inspection solution. And as you'll see, our inspection goes beyond just an accurate capture of high resolution images and possibly video, but also how to present it in a way that everybody at
Your firm.
as well as structural engineers, maybe your facilities people and building management can actually take action on this information. Before we get to the portal, which I'm showing you now, let's talk about the capture. What we would do is, and what we've done in the past, is actually segment a building into vertical columns and number those. This is a building in Los Angeles, and I think we had over 70 um, segmented columns, as well as a separate penthouse and even a atrium area. So once we have everything numbered as a segment or a column, we would go out and do a capture. Typically, that's where most companies would stop. Most companies would stop with presenting a list of kind of in a Dropbox or Google Drive or even on a thumb drive, a list of data assets. And in this case, it's a video plus every 10 feet captured. It was 150, 160-foot building, capturing the photos every 10 feet approximately. And that's terrific. Somebody could slide through this or watch the video and get the full idea. But that's not really gives a very much relevancy because you really don't know where it is on the building until you refer it back to the plan. Um, Here we've actually partnered with a portal company, or we use a portal company that you would have access to, and we can talk about how long. It's included in the proposal, which would actually allow all of the KBS buildings to be presented in one location. So you could see your locations in Chicago, your locations back east in New York, one's in LA. I'm going to use LA as an example. You can segment it by region. So a regional manager might only see Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and California, whatever he or she has responsibility for. You can segment it. A building manager could be assigned only one or two buildings, for example, also. So let's bring that up. So if we look at the building facade inspection, what we've done is not just presented the same type of structure here within online portal. So I just upload a segment of the data here, but what you can also see, so you can definitely see the folders, you can see the video, and we can even see the marker that we actually use to kind of mark the zone. But we also, most importantly, can actually geo-reference it. So if we want to see parts of the building, what we can do is, as you can see, lay these photos on top of the building. So as you can see, they're now geo-referenced. And what makes that really valuable is that you now know where those images were taken. So a good example is if you want to do one segment at a time, or if you know something's happening on one side of the building, you can quickly just select those images. They pop up here and you're able to review them. So let's go ahead and run through that. You can also, here, let's just give you an example of the images. So if we bring up the images, as you can see here, we can run through the image one at a time. We can kind of work our way up the building, looking for any type of damage. As you can see, there's something happening here. And just to give you a feel for what this tool allows you to do, it allows you to zoom in. So this is the resolution. If you need better resolution, we can talk about that. This would be our standard resolution. This is a 20 megapixel camera. So it gives a good indication of what's happening. And again, the purpose of this is not to solve the problem, but also more to direct a team to find the solution, find the problems. With this tool, if you calibrate and know the size of the window, for example, I'm going to guess at it, for example, and say that it's a 24-inch window, just to calibrate this photo, this now allows us to measure this crack. So we can actually name it a crack. We can identify it. It measures it as approximately 7.86 inches. Um, so you have a rough size of the crack. We can actually even do additional identification here in the tool that allows us to add an annotation, for example. Um, kind of click here, add an annotation that says, Charlie, please review. And we can also do a couple different tags and have actual other action items too, which I can show you in a little bit. So the nice thing is that this not only becomes a actionable piece of a photo, it actually allows you to do some rough measurements based on a known size, for example, of a window. Once it's calibrated, this image gives you a little bit more information than just hey, I have a crack here. Um, and then you can proceed up. The neat thing is once you annotate something back on this original photo, that's unselect them, right? What we can do is actually select, and you can choose annotated items, and you can actually see the annotated item is now a different color. So we can bin them, pin them. We can also do any special issues. So for example, we can actually assign that there's a crack to an image and then run a report that shows all the images that have cracks, for example. And then we can also even do more customized things through this portal if required. So let's go back to look at everything in this. Um, if we look at the folders, for example, we can also see the video. So we could talk about whether you'd like to include video. Video is nice because it gives a quick review, but you can't zoom in, you can't annotate a video, but it does give a quick overview of a building side, of a facade. You can quickly see, hey, there's something going on here, there's something going on there. Then you would look at the pictures for more detail. Other people feel that the video is just not necessary and you can just use photos for it. Completely up to you. It takes a little extra time because we're running one more run with the camera. Um, the photos are for sure required, but having the video also gives a quick view of, hey, there's something going on here. So, and so zoom back in. As you can see, the 20 megapixel camera gives terrific resolution. Hopefully you can see this nicely. Add an annotation again, right? Let's call it a crack, and and I'll show you how we can actually annotate it and then run reports off of an inspection report based on a variety of different requirements or the filters. So you can filter based on things that uh, we can summarize it, and you can see these are the highlighted items. Um, and we can say that are tags, things that are tagged or things that are issues, and only show those images, for example. So we say, hey, let's show these two images, generate a report, and and go from there. The whole idea here is to provide you again with actionable data, also georeference data. So it's real important that not only are you looking at data, but we're also looking at data that's georeferenced. So it looks like it's one photo, but it's actually stacked photos. They're a little bit offset just based on GPS. Things, it floats back and forth from the building a little bit, gives you a really good indication. The idea here is to provide a collaboration tool for KBS and other stakeholders to actually act upon the data that we're collecting, and then most importantly also is to show that across all your buildings and all your assets, and again provide something that's actionable, viewable by corporate, as well as then assigning that to individuals. So hopefully you find this not only interesting from a inspection standpoint and the quality of the images, but also as a tool how you can possibly collaborate um, with your structural engineers and other inspection people that have expertise with facades, with window glazing, other things such as that. Thanks so much for your time, and we are excited to work with you. Bye bye.